From New York, it's Nightline with Ted Koppel.
Our story today is one of peculiarities. It concerns a family carrying on a very old tradition. Although breastfeeding in itself is not at all unusual, in this case today it is. We have here Georgetta Washington and her young son George. They are from West Virginia, joining us here today. Thank you for being here. It is true, Mrs. Washington, that you continue to breastfeed young George, who is 42 years of age. Now,
nipple.
I am not going to attempt to voice any particular type of opinion about your decisions here, but surely you've been under a watchful and often cynical eye by certain members of the public and perhaps even members of your own community in West Virginia. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, Ted, but I don't care. The bonding experience
Bondage.
that we have when I breastfeed my boy.
Like the bondage ropes. 2 plus 2, Ted, is nipple.
Yes. Okay.
The bonding between stop it, is just beautiful. Hey,
That is good for our viewers to know.
it makes a mom proud to be close to her son.
George, could you get a hold of yourself?
Get a hold of yourself.
I
I raised this boy, and I'll raise him again. To be a good boy.
Now, I understand that there exists some very credible reasons for you wanting to carry on the breastfeeding at such an age. Would you share some of those reasons for us tonight?
He's lactose intolerant, and he needs to drink his milk.
3.8 liters a day.
Excuse me, how?
3 liters, 5 a day.
Good God.
Yes, and it's very important for my boy to have a lot of milk and dairy in his diet. He's lactose intolerant. I don't want him farting all over the place. I
Well,
can't have that.
Flatulence.
Apparently, there seems to be, if I'm not mistaken, a growing movement, I don't mean bowel, taking place in the state of West Virginia, and it is a movement that seems to be growing at quite an incredible amount. A movement, in other words, that entails other families carrying on this tradition of breastfeeding in what some people may call a rather mature age, at an age that is certainly under scrutiny. And
There are many people doing it. It's not that strange. It's not that strange at all. I know many women who do this.
Breast reduction. Not enough milk no more.
Excuse me, we have our first caller today. Go ahead, caller. Our first caller is from Texas. A woman from Texas.
Yes, Ted, are you there?
Go ahead, caller. We are here in the studio today.
Yes, I am from Texas, and I just wanted to say that I have a son who's a very powerful president, who's a very powerful man on the East Coast, and I have been breastfeeding him for up until his election. Up until he had elected to stop doing so.
I see. And roughly, what was that age?
Well, Ted, I'd rather not go into that in detail, but it was certainly much older than the average age that people in America may think. And I just wanted to say that to agree and to sympathize with Mrs. Washington that's the way it is.
Thank you, caller. So obviously, there are people out there Mrs. Washington, young George, who certainly agree with would you like a
I
hank?
get emotional. I'm sorry.
Would you like a hanky for George? I don't know if we have. Okay, we have our next caller there. This comes to us. This is a gentleman from Connecticut. Go ahead, caller. You are on the air.
Yes, Ted,
Yes, caller, are you there?
I want to say that I feel that this is not a good thing. Frankly, I think it's quite unsavory. I am a doctor, and I know that this is not a healthy thing to do for a grown man of 42 years of age, and I just cannot believe that there are people out there who are carrying on this type of activity at such an age.
What the hell are you putting those people
Well-
on this show for? I don't need to hear that shit.
Well,
from no
Mrs. Washington, there are those.
Need to hear that shit. I've been told that by all the time. I don't need to hear that anymore.
Well, let's.
I know what's best for my boy, and I think I know what's best for my boy, and I know that milk is good.
Lactate.
Well-
See all them commercials on the damn television said all them women are eating, they're drinking their milk, and they got the thing on their mouths and drinking the milk.
I got the thing on my mouth, Mom.
Yes, Mrs. Washington, please do understand this is obviously a free democracy run type of program. We always encourage various types of opinions to be voiced on the show.
I heard that opinion before. I don't need to hear that no opinion there no more.
All right, well, let's see if we can find a different type of opinion. We have another caller from Los Angeles. It is, okay, this is Mr. Jack Nicholson on the line. Are you there, Jack?
Well, yeah, Ted, this is Jack, and I just wanted to say that I don't see anything wrong with this activity at all. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to be in that place right now where George is doing.
Okay, that is interesting.
That's a famous person. He knows the right thing. Them famous people know what's right.
Well, so there, in fact, is a more.
What do you think, Ted?
Well, I do think that it is a type of activity which, perchance, by some point in measure, could be tolerated, and yet at the same time, in somewhat of an uncredited way, could be seem to be skewed to an angle of decision and opinion which offers itself to the public in a moment of discretion. And, well, let's just say that right now. No further comment. I believe that is all the time we have for the show today. Georgetta and George, I'd like to thank you both for coming here today. And perhaps we will have you back on Nightline in the future to continue voicing your opinions and see how things have progressed in the minds of yourself and the public around you.
I'm thirsty, Mama.
No, honey, later.
Well, I'm thirsty right now.
No, honey, come on.
Mama, I need it now, Mama.
This is Ted Koppel signing off for Nightline.